Okay.
I think that should be the way it starts every time.
I think so. Salute. Tony Stewart has joined us, and Tony driving the number 14 Mobile One Racing Bass Pro Shop Chevrolet for Stewart Haas Racing. Tony, racetrack, you run this race last year, I remember.
Me too.
Yeah, so talk about that. Obviously, different car, year later, etc. But this has always kind of been a racetrack that I think you've had to look forward to coming to.
I think everybody does. I mean, it's it's probably one of the most fun places you can go to all year and have so many things to do. But we're all getting a chance to do that a little earlier today because of Mother Nature. But I think we're all excited about being here and excited about especially coming back after a year that we won and a year before where we were a dominant car and ended up second. So this place has been pretty good to us.
Questions for Tony? Raise your hand. Tom Jensen, right out of the box. Go ahead.
Hi, Tony. Tom Jensen, Speed.com. All the years you've driven so many different types of cars. We got a new car this year. How long is it going to be realistically to get the car developed to the potential where the racing is as good as everybody hopes it's going to be?
I said it last week and I said it the week before that the one thing you guys got to understand, when we all built these new cars, not one of them came with an instruction manual. That's the easiest way to describe it. You literally are having to figure it out as you go, and it's impossible to give you an answer, an accurate answer. I mean, it is literally a work in progress. I thought last week, for a new car, I thought last week was a really good debut for it. So, I think it's off. I personally think it's off to a great start, and it's got a lot of potential. It's, we had good racing, we had a good finish, and it's everybody's going to keep learning. I mean, everybody has their piece of the equation that they'll figure out, but you have to start somewhere, and for it to debut the way that it has, I think has been a very, very positive start.
Go right here to David and then to Mark.
David Caravella, NASCAR.com. Tony, if you're one of those drivers who has chase hopes and you're 30th or lower in points right now, when do you start to get a little concerned?
Honestly, don't know. It's so early right now. There's so many things that can happen that I think it's way too early to be thinking about that. It's I think if you're a team that is worrying about it right now, you're probably worried about just making it in to begin with. I think the teams that have confidence that they're going to be in or should be in the chase probably aren't that concerned about it at this point.
Go here to Mark.
Mark Anderson, Las Vegas Review-Journal. I'm just wondering what memories you might have and the importance of when you used to run USAC out of the bull ring here and what that meant to your career. And also, you were in Outlaws past couple of nights. Just what kind of fun do you get out of doing that?
I don't have a wife and kids to go home to, so I get to go race without getting yelled at. But, I've only ran the bull ring actually one weekend out there, and it was a doubleheader with the midgets and sprint cars. So, we got lucky enough to win both races that night. So we got pretty good memory of that place. It was fun. It's a fun track. This facility's got, 4 or 5 actually flying in. They got an awesome go-kart track. They got why did I raise my arm and 18 shutters just went off? What was so important about that? What should I raise them both? Okay. This facility has got so much acreage in it and the ability to do so many things, and to have a drag strip, a dirt track, a great 1.5-mile oval. Saw the go-kart track over there, an off-road track, the bull ring over there. They got a road course out there. This place has it all, and that's something that's pretty cool. There were 4 or 5 different divisions that ran the last 2 nights before we've even run anything over here. So, to see how many different types of cars they can accommodate here is a pretty neat deal.
Let's go over here to Bob, and then we'll go back to Alex. Go ahead, Bob.
Bob Parker, Sporting News. Have you guys been able to figure out what happened to the tires last week on Newman and Danica's cars, and is there anything that you can do to make sure it doesn't happen again?
They lost air, so Why they lost air, I have no idea. But like I say, it's a work in progress. I'm sure that Gibson and Borland and the engineers are working hard this week to figure it all out. It's kind of hard sometimes when it happens, because with the wreck that happens after that, it sometimes can take away the evidence of what actually caused it. But I think the second one on Ryan's car was definitely heat related for sure, because it had knocked the cooling ducts out. So we're speculating that it's heat related.
Let's go all the way back in the back. Alex, raise your hand.
Hi, Tony. Alex Van Tilburg from NASCAR Productions. You also won at Fontana last year. Can you talk a little bit about returning to that track in the new car?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's on the schedule, and so we're actually going to go back there. It's wild. We go there every year, so I don't know that there's any big super thing about it. I mean, we're going back everywhere this year with a new car, so it's as much as you're excited about going back to a place you've won at. I mean, it's kind of a well, if you're going to ask me the question, pay attention to my answer to you. Kate, quit distracting her. We're going with a new car, so it's kind of start from scratch. But kind of like here, I mean, it's nice knowing that we actually had a good run there last year, and we have a pretty good feel for the track and where we think we need to be on it.
Got time maybe for one more, Tony?
I won a race about 10 years ago somewhere. Anybody want to ask me about that and how I feel about going back there?
Go ahead, Tom.
Hi, Tony. Tom Jensen from Speed.com again. You said at the start of the year your goal was to run 100 races this year. How many outside of NASCAR have you run, and how have you done so far?
We have ran 6 outside of NASCAR so far. I think our highest finish was 3rd at Ocala. I think our worst finish was actually over here 2 nights ago. We finished 22nd. So we're definitely going to hit 100 this year. We're actually we're going to be between 65 and 70 sprint car races right now with the schedule the way it is. So and that's not counting 3 rainouts that we already had. So we got a pretty ambitious schedule this year, and it will put us almost at 110 races total for the year if we get to run them all.
Okay. Tony, thanks for coming in.
All right, guys, thank you.
Appreciate it. Good luck this weekend.
Enjoy your afternoon.
I will.